Yeah, I just rented a house in the countryside for right in front of a lake. It's more of a cabin than a house. Because, of course, my wife and I are celebrating our anniversary today, and I rented a very, very special place in Nagano. Look at that view over there. Here's the entrance to the cabin. There's a lot of firewood here. This firewood is used. You'll see what it's used for in a moment. But anyway, this is where you have to take off your shoes. Luckily, we brought our own slippers because there weren't any slippers here. Here's the bathroom. The bathroom has heating. Look, the snow is already piling up here. In the winter, it can be a little tricky to get here because of all the snow. Because the owner, this is an Airbnb, and the owner, that's about it. He moves the shovel a little, but it's a bit dangerous if you're carrying a lot of luggage. It's important to come here light on belongings. This is the staff area, where the owner likely keeps cleaning supplies. Well, this is the staff area, meaning the owner keeps the cleaning supplies here. Look at the huge TV they have here. Hold on, wait a second. We need to turn it on and check it out. But yeah, it's a really big television. Quite impressive, actually. Yeah, it's not very comfortable, let's say, for watching television, but, well, it's nice, look. But yeah, it's nice, huh? More than watching television, it makes you want to eat and look at the scenery. This place has an amazing, really high-up view. Well, we arrived half an hour ago. Let's see, the place is pretty far. Look, there's a piano. And to get here from Tokyo, it's an hour and a half by bullet train, then a half hour on a local train that runs hourly, literally. And we walked about 3 kilometers. On top of that, the last part was almost a kilometer uphill, so it was pretty tough. There are no taxis at the stations. The area is completely empty. I can't play the piano, so take a look there. The storage room, these wine coolers. We bought some wine. The audio equipment, it's pretty bad. I couldn't connect it to Bluetooth and don't know how it works. Maybe it works with the television, but that wouldn't make sense. Let's see what's here. Look, this is really cool. Here, this is a bar, like an actual bar, ice machine. This is the usual one found in bars. And the water? They cut off our water. Sir, they cut off our water. They cut off our water, sir. We should file a complaint since we can't be without water. Well, the fridge. The fridge is like a minibar fridge. That's where the drinks we brought are. The food is for heating up. You won't believe it, but this. The first thing I looked for, I said. While I was checking out all the appliances around here, there's no microwave. I can't believe there's no microwave. This is the freezer and the fridge controls. Oh, kitchen, here are the pans. I mean, the place kind of forces you to cook. It seems like part of the experience is that you have to cook for yourself because there's no microwave. We came here we bought food at the Family Mart, and well, here you have a way to heat up water, the tea kit, and coffee beans. Let's check the upstairs room now. Let's see. Upstairs we have the sleeping area. What a nice smell of wood. This is a place to store extra futons. According to the owner, up to 4 people can stay here. The bed? If you lie on that side of the bed, you might hit your head. The bed is fine, but short, huh? But well, a lot of mountains on this side, mountains and snow, but well, it's pretty cool. Now, since they don't have a microwave, now I'm wondering if they have something that's very important. Oh, they do have a wine opener, because if they didn't have one of these, I would have definitely filed a big complaint. I like putting the knives in. Well, they have condiments, they have things to cook with, huh? In fact, it said on the page that the owner said you can use rice freely. I love it because the amount of rice there is just enough for one meal. Like, I won't give you extra. Don't go taking extra rice. But they don't have a regular rice cooker. They have a rice cooker over fire, a pot. I love it because being Japan, there's nothing more basic than the suihanki, the rice cooker, and this place doesn't even have one. But I do think I'm going to complain about there not being a microwave. I can't believe there's no microwave. Well, anyway, now let's see the best part of the house. The main reason why we rented this place, right? Here we have the jacuzzi. This is the bathroom for showering. Pretty rustic, right? All concrete. I love it because here, well, the washing machine, I love it because here they left swimsuits. I think people who stayed here probably left them, but I love it since they're all swimsuits. It's like they said, let's just leave it here. So it must be like, take it if you want, use it freely. And this, the sauna. Stone, coal, and wood sauna. The wood that's here is specifically for this. What's the temperature? About 64 degrees. There's the temperature gauge. The water is for creating steam. And obviously with a good view. And after the sauna here, the water comes out there, but oddly, there's water here. And what do we have here? Just a sheer cliff. This place isn't suitable for bringing children because kids could get themselves killed. They could end up dead, dying. But I have to say, getting here was a little adventure. It was about 40 or 50 minutes on foot. Through the countryside where there's absolutely nothing at all. Nothing. Look, that's the entrance. And it was zigzag, zigzag. Right there where that orange thing is. That's where you start going down. Beep, beep, and the descents are a bit tricky. You have to know how to go up and down. And we almost got ourselves killed, you know, almost. Because we came with a pretty heavy backpack. There's Kincho. Yeah, no, here, well, yeah. Yeah, this isn't slippery, but it's dangerous, right? But, well, we actually came here for one main reason, to use the sauna. So now we're going to get ready and enjoy it. Yes, sir. Let's see. In case anyone is interested, I'll leave the place in the description. But I don't know if I really recommend staying here because, well, everything looks nice. But that's because we're not going to a tourist area anymore since we already live here. But for someone coming on vacation, I don't know if it's really worth coming all the way out here. But look, if you check on Airbnb with cabins and places like that, you'll find all kinds of options. I wanted to find a place like this because a friend of mine had gone for an anniversary with his girlfriend to a hotel that had a view of Mount Fuji, really beautiful. I asked him how much it cost, and it was about $550, $600 for a hotel room. And I said, let me check on Airbnb. And obviously, this is much more spacious than a hotel. I'm not interested in having Mount Fuji there. And it costs $350 a night, and for an anniversary, it's perfect. You don't have Mount Fuji, but you have a highview.com. My wife just discovered, purely by chance, how the water worked. It's not with that. Here, I don't know if you can see that black thing, it's a sensor. Oh, I don't know. Does this really have a purpose? Well, Janisha improvised it for me like this. So, the plastic is microwave safe, so I don't think I'll get poisoned by plastic. And well, that's what there is. It heated up really well. Well, we have no choice but to improvise with what we have. And what we had was a bit of nori, a bit of sesame, and a little bit of salt. I mean, we still have food, but the thing is, since there are so few trains running, we rushed over to Family Mart to do some quick shopping. And we didn't grab enough things. We bought a couple, but no, not enough.
All right.
Very good. But anyway, we won't go hungry. It's just one night, and tomorrow we check out and go sightseeing. The place has Wi-Fi, but to get there, you definitely need a global positioning system to find it and all that. Therefore, it's always important that if you're going to a place like this, kind of far away, you have internet. And no, I can't light the fire, okay? I can't, it's not working. But yes, you need to have internet to come to places like this, because you need Google Maps, right? The GPS. And this is a countryside area that's for walking. Whew. And it didn't turn on. It was there. So they cross paths. And now we're already watching television. Well, we slept well, that's for sure. There are no windows. There are no windows, and because of that, we ended up waking up at 6 in the morning. So we had time to prepare the sauna one last time. Anti-pool. So, one last swim before we leave, that's it. Here they have a tunnel to go down, probably for firewood and things like that. Well, we walked 45 minutes to get to the station, so the way there took a little longer. The train comes in 10 minutes. There's no one at the station. Those are all the trains that come during the day. I mean, one every hour, and there are hours when none come. And you can't use the Suica here. The card can't be used. You have to use a ticket, no matter what. And we're going to go through a little bit. And well, in half an hour we'll arrive at the center of Nagano. Well, there's not much there. We're going to go to Ueda, which is another 45 minutes from here. But anyway, the train leaves in half an hour, so we're taking the chance to walk around and explore the town center. And honestly, there's not much. Let's see, it's nice. Yeah, it's okay. There's not much going on. But there are tourists here because, of course, many come to visit Jigokudani, which is the monkey park with the hot springs, right? A bus here can take you there in an hour. There's not much else to see. And in total, basically about 3 hours from, well, almost 4 hours since we left the hostel, we arrived at a neighborhood. Very minimally touristy. I mean, there's very little. It's a small town, so that's it. We came here because Gishan wanted to see it. There's an onsen, but we're not necessarily going to the onsen. It was just something to see in the area, to do a bit of sightseeing, really, really local. And that's it, maybe eat something around here. So just to kill some time for a little while and make the most of it, that's all. We didn't really feel like going to the monkey park. Instead, we just went into this totally random place to eat, and honestly, the food turned out to be really good. We had soba, Fido soba. Guichan came really hungry since he had barely eaten breakfast. So he also had a ramen. We even tried a little bit of horse meat, because in Naga horse meat isn't very common. A bit of tripe, some intestines.
And they gave us 2 shrimp tempura, ebi tempura, and a little beer.
And honestly, it was good. All of this cost us about $25 or so, good price. And since the people working here are quite elderly from what we saw, we left everything close to the hallway so that later, when they clean, they don't have to stretch too much to grab the things. There's the hallway, we're right in the center, and that's it. So we bring things closer to them. Many Japanese people do that. Since here you don't leave any tips, it's actually a nice gesture to at least help out a little by gathering up the plates. Well, we walked around a bit, had some delicious food, and then we went a few blocks from here. There was a free foot onsen, so we warmed up our feet. And it was nice, because when you take your feet out, it's like, actually, I still feel good in my feet. And what's really interesting is that since it's a natural onsen, I mean, water mall, it's natural. A terrible smell of boiled eggs. In fact, there was a jizo, which is like, well, an entity meant to have thermal natural water poured on it, labeled as safe and potable for drinking. I tried it after Gicha told me to. It was hot water with an egg flavor. Yeah, it was very strange, but anyway. And then just wandering around here to another temple that had this entrance. Going up the mountain, there was a tower that was a national heritage site with a small lake and many tall pine trees. Honestly, it was super beautiful. But anyway, that's it. We're heading home. We'll take one more little walk. See you next time. Greetings to you, your family, pet, and jerk neighbor. Bye.